Well, imagine losing the love of your life, and while grieving that loss, you're cut off from your savings.
In tonight's Susan Solves It, consumer investigative reporter Susan Elcori responds to a call from a widow who could not get access to the money that her husband left behind for her.
I call them my sisters. They are my sisters.
From the small things,
It's 25 feet long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
to the big ones.
After my heart stopped, I cried that night in the hospital, and you two came in the next day.
Days Trudy spends with her friends are priceless, especially with what she's up against now.
Keep on waiting for my husband to walk through there to tell me it'll be all right.
Her husband Stanley was a retired firefighter working in New York City and later Pinellas Park. Trudy by his side for 56 years.
But to fight for your own money that belongs to me is like cutting a wound open again.
Trudy was banking on retirement money her husband left behind to move to an independent living apartment. Stanley died in May, but almost 6 months later, she hasn't seen a dime.
It rips my heart because my husband wanted to make sure that I would have enough.
The account in question is through SILAC, a Utah-based company. Trudy hired a lawyer to help with the estate process. She says everything is settled except the SILAC account.
I sent them a copy of our marriage certificate. I've sent a copy of my license. They told me they're worried about forgery.
In mid-October, Trudy got a letter from SILAC.
We need additional information.
She says she went back to her lawyer's office and thought everything was done, but weeks passed and her check never came.
At this point, do you have any idea what they're missing or what information they want from you?
Nope.
So we called SILAC. The company said it's currently processing and closing claims in 16 days. But in Trudy's case, they didn't get her paperwork until mid-August, and the forms weren't in what they described as good order.
Once you're in the chute, you pretty much have to play by their rules. They're holding the money, they control the forms, they control the time frames.
Michelangelo Mortallero specializes in estate planning and elder law. He didn't work on this case, but says it shows the challenges widows and widowers face with long wait times.
When you're sitting there and saying, hey, this is my money, what recourse do I have?
You know, you could always hire a lawyer to file suit, but that would just actually slow down the process.
He says double check your paperwork. A missing date or leaving a blank spot on a form can cause major delays.
I would say A, be organized, and B, follow up. Sometimes it's just easier, the old squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I was able to get SILAC's VP of Customer Experience on the phone, and a couple hours later, they processed Trudy's claim and overnighted her check.
Oh, I'm a big cook.
With her friends by her side, Trudy is ready for what's next. Her house just sold, but before she moves on, she wants to leave a message.
I hope your mother and father never go through this. It's their money. It belongs to them.
Another piece of advice, make sure to check that you have the right beneficiary listed on all your accounts. Then make sure your beneficiary knows where to find any key documents. Those simple tips could save your loved ones time and money during a difficult time. I'm consumer investigator Susan Elcori with photojournalist Randy Wright taking action for you.
And if you'd like to reach out to Susan, just grab your cell phone, scan that QR code on your screen right now. That will take you to our website, abcactionnews.com, where you can fill out a form, explain to Susan the issue you're having so she can look into it. You could also contact her by email at susansolvesit@wfts.com.